It's now 4 in the morning and I can't sleep. I can't sleep at all. I've had my mum over here for the last few days and all she's done is wind me up and annoy me. And I feel like I can't sleep because of that. She's getting me thinking about loads of different things. I found out that I was Christ in 2013, and for the first probably 4 or 5 years it just felt like my brain couldn't properly think or work, like I felt like I was so much more intelligent than what I was able to actually feel or express. And I kind of felt like I didn't want to be smart, because the voice in my head was saying, well, if you are just going to make yourself smarter, you're just going to end up being more depressed. And over the last 3 years, I felt like my intelligence level has increased massively, back up to more of a level that I feel feels normal for me, even though it's not normal for my current life. But having this more intelligent ability, one that's not suppressed any longer, I feel like the gap between me and my mum is just wider and wider and wider. And it now gets to the point that I can't be around her or talk to her or have anything to do with her, because everything she does just winds me up and annoys me and stresses me out, and I don't understand it. And I was thinking of going to spend Christmas with my parents this but after the last 2 days, I don't think I can do it. Just every conversation, or any time we talk to each other, it ends in me screaming at her, because she just says the most stupidest of things. I'm watching a video about Diddy, and I'm saying to her that this is all fake, because she's just hearing the Murad guy going on about how awful Diddy is, and I'm trying to tell her this is fake. I don't believe this is real because of evidence. And then she just oh, but that's what they thought about Jimmy Savile, and just constantly going back to that. And then I don't know, she was supposed to, apparently my sister gave me a big box of stuff, and there was supposed to be some shampoo in there, and apparently she called me up and said, do you want the shampoo that's in there? But I didn't say no. I said I wanted the shampoo, or at least I don't remember her saying this to me. But then we have a big argument over how she says that I didn't want it, even though I do. She said I use the blonde shampoo, and I haven't used the blonde shampoo in 7 years. So I don't know why she said that, and then she would just go into an argument over it, and then she would repeat the same question over and over again. You did say you didn't want the shampoo. You did say you didn't want the shampoo. And then eventually I just start saying, yeah, just not saying, but just kind of sighing almost. And then I could hear her chapping away about how, see, I told you, you said you didn't want the shampoo. And I was just like, what are you talking about? I was just zoning out of what you were talking, because she just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks, and she just doesn't shut up. And she repeats the same question over and over again. And just every little thing she does winds me up. And I'm just like, I don't think I'd be able to. Christmas without her in my life is better, because I don't spend my whole Christmas just yelling and screaming at someone I hate. And then just being around her just reminds me of how much I hate people like her. And then I feel like now I'm getting loads and loads of visions of these just morons watching, I don't know, witches being killed alive or burnt alive, and then them just being like, well, she's a witch, her reaction to Diddy. Of course he's got all these people, wouldn't be saying all these things if it weren't true. What? I think don't you understand that they're suing him for £10 million? Oh no, that's just what you think. That's just playing everything down, ignoring what I'm saying, no interest in anything that I'm saying, constantly going on about Jimmy Savile and saying how, a lot of people didn't think he was guilty, and I bet they're doing that. That's the reason why these people didn't come forward before. And it's reminding me of all the people that died in the past because of being a witch, and just stupid people being like, well, of course, or say someone dies because or is murdered because they stole something from a market, even though the people around who watched that person get murdered by the people running the government or whatever the form of government that they had, to see them being killed, knowing that they've probably done just the same as that, yet these people seem to think that they are different in some way, but for whatever reason. And it just everything my mum does reminds me of just the stupid people that haven't had very many lives. And I feel like it's giving me like images or memories of just other very, very stupid people who lived throughout the whole of the timeline, and just morons. And then you got people nowadays that are going about, let's seek the knowledge of the past. I can't sleep. I can't sleep when I've got too many things going through my head. And I think it's very weird how almost every post that I saw today was just about Elon. It's like, okay, I know I'm clicking on some of his posts, but because I'm clicking on some of his posts, every single post now seems to be about him, and I can't seem to shift that. But yeah, that Elizabeth April girl, very, very delusional. But I feel like I want to know like why she thinks that she's had an alien encounter, and why she thinks she's contacting the Palladians and having meetings. I mean, is there a bunch of humans that are talking to her, telling her that this is the truth? I feel like some people worship people if they have money. If someone like Elon went up to someone like her and said, yes, this is the truth, but we're keeping it a secret, you can talk about it, but just don't mention our names. People who worship people with money would believe people with money. If I told her that I was a god from another planet, no one would believe me, because they would think you're poor. No one who's poor would put themselves in the sort of situation that I'm in the life that I'm in. No one would be a masseuse, and that just reminded me of that horse mother that was kind of looking like she was just about to drown herself in this sort of sea with this baby horse, and it turned out that there was a baby fawn sort of almost literally drowning under the water, just about able to get up enough air but the mother was staying by it. And it kind of reminds me of this horrible massage job that I'm doing. I know there's a lot of people that are drowning because of this job, and guys' weird obsession with thinking that it's fine to pay for sex, but it's one thing to pay for sex and give a good amount, and for the person to be like, wow, I've got £200. But this documentary that my mum put on TV today, and just insisted, I kept turning it off. I think twice I turned it off, and she ended up just turning it back on as soon as I stopped watching the TV. I was on the internet, I wasn't watching TV, but she kept putting it on, and it was just so annoying. And it was just, some of the things that was saying was just reminding me of clients that I had. Okay, most of my clients were okay. Occasionally I'd get some really bad, annoying ones. But yeah, because I was just doing massage, I felt like I'd pick out better clients. But people who do prostitution, you really are aiming at a bad market. And I don't understand why people would offer prostitution when they could just like focus on their looks and focus on doing a real service like massage or something. I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. But yeah, why would someone sell themselves for sex for 20 quid? I don't understand why you would be that desperate. Like, have you sold yourself so short? Have you got someone telling you that you're not worth anything more than that? I mean, 20 quid is nothing. I know there might be some people who say, oh yeah, I'm £200 an hour, and then they might come for like 5 minutes and say, okay, well, £200 an hour is £20 for 5 minutes, and they might start using that as an excuse to pay 20 quid. So I think, or maybe some people might say, oh, it's 100 for the hour. They might have half an hour and then just say, here's 30 quid, I don't have any more, and then walk out. I know prostitutes usually pay first and stuff, but it bothers me how people could have this attitude, just why would you want to have sex with someone for 20 quid? Or why would you want to have sex with someone if it actually turned out that person had sex with 16 other people that day? This documentary that I watched said one of the girls, they had a book list of all the people that were seeing, and there was this woman who was taking bookings, And I think she was only getting £10 from each booking, which, I don't know, to me that doesn't sound bad. If someone's getting a booking and you're getting £10, I don't feel like that's too much of a crime. But on the book, apparently one of the days she had 16 people in one day. I mean, who the hell would want to have sex with 16 different people in one day? I mean, why would you go to that level of desperation to make money? And the person who was making £10, £10 from each booking, she made £160, which is a lot of money considering you're not doing anything other than just, I guess being a sort of security person, which and putting an ad out or whatever. But I don't understand some people. Why would anyone want to have sex with 16 people on that day? I mean, maybe it wasn't all sex. Maybe some of it was just. I mean, who would want to pay someone money if they've had sex with 16 people that same day? I mean, that to me is just revolting. Isn't that revolting, for having sex with someone that's just doing it like some sort of robot or something? It would be like having sex with a robot, only knowing that robot has been used by lots of other people every day. I don't understand it. I think people are mad. My mum has put me in a very, very bad mood. Just literally everything she's done today, just horrible, doesn't make sense. We end up yelling, and I don't think I'll be able to spend Christmas with her. That guy who looked like The Weeknd came over. I've seen him twice now. I saw him last week, and again he came over. I do like him because, he bought me a pizza, and I feel like I have a friend. But I do feel depressed. But yeah, I think if I don't do anything this Christmas and he does come over, I think I'd rather spend my time with him than my mum. If there's a choice between being with a friend who makes you feel depressed or being with a mother that makes you just want to rip your hair out and then run out the window flying because you're just so desperate to fucking get away from this odd on her, and just... I think the worst thing about my mum is she reminds me of just all the people that I hate, because it's terrible. She arrived at my house at 2 a.m, and then apparently someone was sick on the train, so the train was an hour late, and she got to the station at 9, but she just missed the train, so she had to wait till 10, and the 10 one got in at 12, but because of the person being sick, it was more like 1:30 that it got in, and then by the time she walked, it was 2. But to come at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's not normal. This is not what normal parents do. And then to come into the morning and just chat for 45 minutes with my friend, clearly not interested in the conversation, and yet my mum just yapping on. And then we go to the gym, and of course she takes ages getting there, and this, everything about her winds me up, and I still don't know if anything's going to happen this year. Can't believe it's been this long that people have been ignoring me. Can't believe it's still happening. Can't believe there's still people that don't know about me. I'm confused about the English government and why 270 people thought that it was fine to ban people's choice to have assisted suicide if they're in 6 months, if they've been diagnosed as having only 6 months left to live and are in pain. I mean, why would you ban someone from being able to seek death if they're in pain and if they're going to die in a couple of months anyway? Just that to me is complete insanity, and it's making me wonder who the hell is in these governments, and why there seem to be so many people that connect to me, and yet these 220 people don't connect to me. I mean, is this all fake? Is this all lies? I don't feel like I can trust the media, and I know that the BBC have been playing this advert about how we can trust you, and truth is important. But I'm just listening to this and thinking, I don't trust any media company right now. And all of the media companies seem to be just promoting lies and and obvious lies as well. Some of them are obvious lies. And I don't know what's going on about the UFO meetings and hearings that people are having. And the question, I just watched a bit now, and the question was, these people who were having this meeting about it, what do they think an alien is? And they couldn't even tell them. I couldn't even say. Someone was like, oh yeah, I think it's non-biologicals, or maybe it's biological, I don't know. And it's like you're having this long conversation, and I couldn't even replay some of the questions that they were asking, because I couldn't see the point of it, or what they were saying, or what the questions were just going round in circles and didn't seem to make any sense to me. And I don't understand how people can talk like they're with intelligence and when they just have no intelligence in what they're saying.